Okay, well, let's try that again. Good thing I wasn't talking very long before I looked down at my microphone to make sure it was working, which it now is. So sorry about that, but fortunately it wasn't very long. What I was in the middle of saying, but didn't get very far in saying it, is that this stream is going to be a little different for a couple reasons. One, it's probably going to be primarily in Photoshop as opposed to on my iPad. I will probably have to take at least one break during it for a few minutes. One to feed my dog, and there's a good chance my wife will be calling me just to let me know that she's gotten to where she's going okay. Because, you know, I just like to know there's a lot of, like I'm sure many places in the world where there are cars and people that operate them. There are a lot of people who don't know how to drive. And so I always like, one thing my wife and I do is when we get somewhere and we've made it okay, we call each other and just say, hey, I'm here. It's not a check-in thing or anything like that. I really don't care. I don't stop my wife from doing anything she wants to do. But I like to know whatever it is that she got there in one piece, because she's been in car accidents. Fortunately, not as many as I have, but the ones that she's been in were, unlike me, not her fault. And so I'm always just kind of like, I just want to know you got there okay. Just let me know you're there. 5-minute, simple phone call, and that's it. So, all right. I think everything should be up now, so let's get the social stream app running here. Make sure we're working. There's that one. Activate. Wow. I don't know why it made the window weirdly very large this time. That's different. Doesn't matter. It's still working, but it made a big window for that thing. Again, for the other one. Why is it making the window so big? I mean, I really don't care, but it's strange. And, well, go back. What? Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Just stay where you are. All right, there we go. God, I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's do a, I have to activate it first. Sorry. Let me hit the activate button. There's the noise. Let's make that visible on the stream. So, it is already. So, no, it isn't. I have to select the window. It's technically visible, but it's not because there was nothing there. So now, if I say test 1, there it is, which means I can get rid of this window. Goodbye, window. And then we'll come to this window, and we'll say test 2. And there it is, which means I can now get rid of this window. I'm going to resize these. I don't know why this suddenly made these windows huge. Again, it really doesn't matter. It's not going to affect how it works. It's just bizarre because it usually doesn't do that. So I don't know what that's all about. Luckily, no performance impact, so who cares? Just a bit of a weird thing. Now, where's the Twitch? There it is. We need Twitch chat now. And we'll do a quick test of TST number 3. And we're good. Okay, so, all right, let's switch to here, switch to here, and let's switch to, I have to fix that transition thing. It's okay. Go here. All right, Photoshop is activated. Okay, drink of water. I've still got just the last little bits of my cold left, but my voice is pretty much back to normal. I'm not necessarily saying that it's a positive. I'm just saying it's what is. Okay, let's start with the big piece here. So let's open up this and make sure that you can see that on your screen. It appears you can. So basically here, what I need to do is I need to mask off. See how these silver lines are? I need to mask these lines off. So what we're going to do is very similar to what we did, I think, last time. I'm going to duplicate this box layer because now, because I'm not on the iPad, I have no restrictions on what I can do. Whoa, why is it doing that? Why does it think there's something outside of that? Fine, delete. Now can... Strange. Must be something on another layer. It doesn't matter. I'm just doing this to make this easier on myself. Okay, let's grab this. Let's move this up for the time being. I'm going to go ahead and rotate. Why does it think there's something more to this too? Jeez, there must be something on these layers, or it's whatever it's reading out of Procreate. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, there's probably something on the layer. It doesn't matter. So, what we need to do is... Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I have to do one other thing first. Before I do that, put this back down where it goes, turn this off. We need to go to this layer right here. I need to do a select of that. Now we're going to come to here, and I think it's this one. Yes. Now as you see, I have cropped in the silver lines to not exceed the black edge of the box, which is good. Now I can go ahead and say apply layer mask. Good. Let's move that up to here. And then we'll do a rotate on this because now we know this is good. Boop, boop, boop. All right, now we've lined that up to this. And what we need to do is... Actually, you know what? Huh. I don't know that I need to rotate it. I might be able to use the one underneath now that I've got it cropped correctly. I might be able to just use this. So essentially, what we have to do is if I turn this off, I need to match... Hold on, let me take a look at this. All right, I need to match... Where is that box? Is it this? No. Where are you, box? Ah, here it is. I need to match this. So let's turn off everything but this so I can see it. Turn that off. Okay, there's the box. Right, so I just need to create a... Well, I don't think I can select it because I think that's going to select everything. Interesting. Yeah, but it doesn't go far enough. Which is fine. Let's look at this. So the way I need to make it work is... Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? Let's see something here. If I say new mask, where's new mask? Oh, I think I have to go up to here. I guess I have to say image or in file new. No, not file new. It would be layer new? Layer mask. Here we go. Oh no, I need to do a new mask. Where is new masks? I never remember where anything is in this. No, it's not a filter. I would really think it would be... This is one of these things where I know it's somewhere that I can't remember. It's not under new. It's got to be under image. No, I guess mode. No, it wouldn't be a mode. It wouldn't be rotation. So is it under layer? New. I would think there'd be layer mask. It's not a style. It wouldn't be a fill layer. Adjustment layer. No. Even though it technically is an adjustment layer. Layer mask. Yeah, see, there's no new layer. Strange. Because if I just do new mask like this, see? Well, you know what? Actually, that doesn't matter. That's incorrect, but I can just do a select all, and I can just delete the mask, but the mask still remains here. So, okay, whatever, it's there. So now, the trick is I gotta come back to this, reselect this, select that, right? Because this is valuable to a point. So I have to do this carefully because what I'm trying to replicate is that. So essentially, for the silver layer, I just want to... Oh, no, it's not. Actually, it will not work. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem at all, because we have to actually recreate. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to make a new rectangle, right? Let me think about this. Yes, I need to make a new rectangle. Doesn't really matter where I make it. I can put it right here. I gotta turn this off because the rectangle has to match this one, so I can just create it, and then I'm gonna resize it. Ooh, wow, it's already got the mask and everything. So I want it about there. Yep, right there. Expand this side out to here. Yep. I think this is the same. You know why? Because I probably last made this rectangle when I made the rectangle you're looking at inside the image. So this works out perfectly. Ooh, boy, does this work out very, very well for me. Now I'm going to create a smart object, which makes this selectable. Bink, right? Now I come to this, and now I can do a fill like that. And as you can see, what that does is I've now effectively masked off the silver parts that I need to. The only thing that I don't know is I need to... Oh, you know what? I'm looking at this wrong. So on here, yeah, you know what? That one line is too much. Interesting. Yeah. It doesn't go that far in. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I heard something. What do we have? Hey, Chameleon 101. How are you doing this evening? Welcome. Okay, so let me think about this. The silver lines are misaligned. Of course they are. Now, how do we fix it? How do we fix this? We need to think. Well, actually, hold on. This might somewhat fix itself. Let's find out. So what I need is essentially, I'm going to make a second set of these lines too. The mask is good. I know that. That initial mask is good. So I know we're good there. I'm doing all right. I am doing okay. I cannot complain. It is a nice day. It's cooled down a bit. Not completely yet. The air is still kicking on, but it's getting better, so it's not too hot. And outside of my left eye being a little itchy for some reason, I'm pretty much past my cold, so I'm doing all right. The only thing I'm concerned about is why these lines are off. You know what I think we're going to end up having to do, now that I'm just looking at it? I mean, it just doesn't... I can see these lines are not centered correctly. So, the only real solution to do this the right way is to redo the lines entirely. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to kill the mask because it's now useless, because these lines are now unusable. So we're going to rotate this. I'm going to replicate this group because now, with no layer restriction, because I'm not on the iPad, I really have a lot more power. Now that I'm on the actual desktop here, this is off. So we're going to just delete everything we don't need at this point, which really, oh wait, I do need the square. I will need that black square. Is all of this. We can turn that off. Background's fine. On this layer, anything that is not the cube itself is going away because this now has become, for all intents and purposes, a reference layer. So we inverse, we get rid of those black squares. Now, we go ahead and we do a, what's the word? Merge group, because this is now a single image. This is now a reference image. Don't get me wrong, all my other stuff is here, but this is what I care about. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to rotate that, and now we're going to start lining things up. So what we got to figure out now is are these lines actually correct? Or no, they're off. You can see it. See that? Right there? Right here. I mean, that's just clearly not right. Now, there is a possibility that they're off because the cube itself is not even. I have to allow that that is a possibility. But regardless, we're going to redo the lines. So, let me see here. Okay, so, all right, we're going to go to, this is such a different way to work when I'm doing a stream because with the iPad, I'm always leaned back, but with Photoshop, I just instinctively lean forward. We need this. Okay. You know what? This is going to solve a lot of problems. This was not intentionally my plan, but this is actually going to solve a lot of problems that I was having with this anyway. So, you know what? One of those cases where it's better off this happened anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create all these lines individually, and I'm going to center them out. Because now there are curves here that I couldn't do correctly in Procreate. I can do them on here real easy. So, hold on a minute. Let me see. My earbuds are messed up. I can only hear you with a voice. Really? Oh, but it's your earbuds are messed up. Really? Hold on, let me make sure. And you're sure it's your headphones, right? I couldn't be. I'm not feeding this out to, like, left, right, or anything, am I? It doesn't look. No, it's. Oh, wait. Yes, there is something. Hold on. There's something off here. Wait a minute. I'm seeing it now. There is, for whatever reason, front, left, front, right. Why is it only playing on the one? Hold on, that's odd. I've never had that before. It's not a filter. I don't know. It's not a filter, but why is it not playing? Why is the, what do you call it, in mono? It shouldn't be. There's no settings. Hold on. That's really weird. Wait a minute. That's the right one, isn't it? Hold on. Yeah, that's it. Why? Huh. This is interesting. This is interesting for a couple reasons, but I don't know why it is... I don't know why it's going only to one channel. What happens if I hit... No, that didn't change anything. That's strange. Hold on. Oh, discard the changes. That's odd. There's... let me go to settings. Audio. Okay, audio. Channel stereo. I don't know why the microphone is in mono like that. I'm not telling it to do that, so I don't understand. Where is the road? Here it is. Let me look at it. Yeah, there's like nothing in here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's got the right thing. Channel 1, front left. Channel 2, front right. Why is it not? I'm going to reboot the microphone. Hold on a second. So you might hear a click. Sorry. Actually, I'll mute it. That's really weird. I don't know why it's... It should not be in mono like that. I'm using the same mic I always use. Hold on a minute. Let me make sure. Let me just check right here. OBS microphone only on left channel. I mean, I don't know if it's left or right, but it really doesn't matter. Is there a reason that would happen? Oh, here we go. Mic audio only in left ear. Huh. That's the exact same thing you just said, basically. Find out when stream. Okay. Right click on the gear, advanced, right click on the gear. Right click on the gear. There is no gear. Right click on the gear of your audio source. There is no gear. Hold on, let me expand this. No, there's no, oh, yes there is, but it's not right clicking, it's down here. Ah, all right. Okay, down mix to mono. You need to check that. Okay, I don't care. I can do that. Where is down mix to mono? Mono. All right. No, that didn't solve it. Oh, well, unless I'm... Well, oh, wait. I'm not on the right thing. Hey! Did that fix it? It looks like it fixed it. It looks like it should now be on both channels. But that's really... Well, you know what? There was an OBS update. I wonder if it was checked. I mean, there's really no reason to do it in stereo. I'm not doing anything that requires stereo. But that should fix it. I see the 2 meters now, so hopefully that fixed the chameleon. Let me know if not, but I think... Let me really quickly look. Make sure you're... Oh, no, you'd be over here. Well, I don't know if you're here anymore. You may have left. So, no, that wasn't you. That was me. Oh, no, it does show. You're on YouTube. So, oh, yeah. Okay, I see you. I see you. Okay. I was looking at the wrong thing. All right, that should be fixed. That should now be fixed. Okay, so what I got to do is I need to create a, let's make one of these. But importantly, well, we need to do a fill on silver and a no fill. Let's take a look here. Yep, that was what it was. It was, I think when the OBS updated, it might have reset the settings because I don't know, that should always have been set like that. There's really no reason for my microphone not to be in mono because I'm not talking in any kind of stereo, really. All right, so, okay, I have to do this correctly or I'm just gonna screw myself up again. So what I gotta do is this, I'm curious, rectangle, please. This, yeah, that's the only problem I'm gonna have here. You know what, it's not gonna be a problem. It's not gonna be a problem because I'm not gonna let it be a problem. Yeah, see, why is the cube not centered? Okay, well, as this is just a test thing anyway, to make this as easy on myself as possible, where is the center of this image? Let's find the center. Also, what is down here? There's nothing here. Delete. Thank you. Center, center. All right, there we go. warp back in. All right, now we're back in here. All right, hold on a minute. I heard a thing. No. It's a good thing you mentioned it because I didn't realize it, but it was the mono setting, believe it or not, which is strange because, like I said, I don't know why I would ever have taken that off, but you know, weird things happen. All right, just take this, move this down. Just this is kind of lined up here. Just so okay, that's about the right width. So the width looks good. Okay. And now we need to make essentially 2 more lines. So we'll just duplicate this. Now this, we need to move further out. Oh, but I don't want it to do proportional. I want it to be this, and then we need the center. And now, for this one, we need to unlink this. Oh, go back. Unlink, and I want this to be 0 to give that an edge. I want this to be 0 to give that an edge. Let's check. That should give it... Oh, I didn't do it on this one properly. Hold on. I need to make this 0. And that gives it that little kind of blade edge. Hold on a minute. I'm jumping back. I always get scared to say, no, not me. You know what? Not me. Let's put it this way. I am so far from knowing what I'm doing with any of this that I have no right to get offended. And even if I did know, I don't know why I would get, whatever, man. People do stupid stuff, but I am not one of them. So don't feel bad. You can always say it. You're not going to offend me in the least. In fact, what you did was help me out because I would never have noticed that. And when I do, oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, I've probably uploaded a couple of videos with the audio wrong since I updated, or maybe not. I don't remember when the update was. So all you did was spare me having to hear about it after I'd already posted it on YouTube. And let me tell you something: those people aren't going to be very nice about it. They're going to be like, "Moron, is there?" So no, don't worry about it. Also, again, I'm not going to get offended by it. I'm not one of those people. I don't care. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do care, but I don't care that you're pointing out a problem. I would rather somebody tell me than have me sounding like a fool because nobody bothered to point it out. That's what I'm getting at. So, no, you're fine. I don't get offended at stuff like that because I'll tell you this too, if I had seen no problems, I would say, everything looks fine here. Maybe it's your headphones. But the minute I looked at the meters, it was very clear that there was a problem with them because, okay, I gotta turn this off. I'm gonna turn everything off but this so I can get the snapping correct. There it is. No, that doesn't. That's right. See, it does that snapping thing, which I actually really like. Okay, so that's good. Turn this back on. So that's the 5 lines. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna group these really quick. This way I can turn these off and make my counts. Good. That's fine. So we're good there. Okay. Now I need to, actually, you know what? I think each of these should be a little smaller. I think these should tighten a bit, just width-wise. So we'll come down 5%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, better. And then we'll come down on this one, and we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, boy, I love Photoshop. Actually, we're gonna go to 97%, like 97%. I'm so much better in this than anything else. I just know what I'm doing. It's so easy for me to figure out what I want to do compared to a lot of other things. Okay, all right. Now we want to make triangles. You know what I actually don't know how to do? I don't think I've ever made rounded triangles. I don't think I've ever done it. I can't remember ever doing it. Oh, you know what? These aren't really triangles. At least, oh, this is interesting. How do I make a right-angled triangle? Ooh, hold on. I haven't tried this before. This is actually something new that I've never tried in Photoshop. It would be a 3-sided triangle, but I need it to be a right. Oh, wow. How do you make a right? Huh. It's almost like you have to warp it somehow. Well, you know what? I'm just going to tell you something. I'm not even going to try to figure this out. I'm going to do This also saves me the problem of trying to figure out how to round it, now that I think about it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to make a simple square, like this. I'm going to round it. So let's say, I don't know, 50 maybe? Might be a little much. Ah, that might be right. Hold on, let's see. 25, 25. Okay, hold on a minute. Ooh, but how am I going to round it? Think about this. How do you get that kind of canvas? Oh, no, okay, no. No, this is literally a photo of the actual, okay. This is the, I see what you're asking. And you could get a texture, yes. The answer is yes. All I would say is, if you go on the internet, but I took a picture of the painting. This is the actual painting I painted. So what you're seeing is the canvas texture of the canvas of the real physical painting. I'm using that as the basis for this. But, about your question, you can easily find canvas textures if you go to just an image search. And let me see, I'll look one up. Let me see, if I just do a simple, if I say canvas texture overlay, and I search for that inside of an image search, oh yeah, there's a ton of them. They come up right away, all different ones. So you can get them, get it in black and white. Yeah, you know what, I'll show you. Just so you can see exactly what I will eventually be doing. So let me find a good canvas overlay. Actually, let me try paint canvas texture overlay, just to be specific. Okay, let's see. Oh God, that was actually worse because now it's showing me paint. No, I don't want paint. I want, just give me canvas. Okay, so I'm literally just going on, image search. Okay, I found one. I just found one I like. I'm gonna do a save image. I'm gonna save it to the desktop. I don't care what the name is, right? So this is just a simple one. I'm not saying this is the one I'm going to use, but just so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to grab that texture, open it up, give it a second. All right, here it is. So I'm going to select all. Now, this is an Adobe stock texture. I do have an Adobe stock account, so I will get one that doesn't have this number, but I'll also be looking through there. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to pay for it. You can absolutely go find a free one. I found this on the web in 2 seconds. So you can absolutely just do this, right? So then let's assume this is the one I was going to use. Let's turn on my square. Okay, let me turn this, paste. All right, there's the texture. Again, I'm not worried about quality. So if I make this thing the size of the square, I'm just forming it using the snap tool, right? Again, this is sloppy. This is not what I would actually do. I would get a better texture, right? All you got to do is slam it on here and then do a multiply effect right there. That's it. Done, right? There's your texture. And then if that's too heavy, you pull the opacity down, or you can start to do different effects like this, depending if you wanted to have it like the color of it. You can do all this different stuff. That's probably one of the better ways to do it, because that leaves the blacks very black. But if you want to see the blacks, then you would probably want to have it, well, you can't really see the blacks on multiply. So you'd probably want to do, I don't know. I'm sure there's one that will show well, okay, if you want to, actually, here's the way you do it. If you want to show the blacks, what you would actually do, or what I would say do, is you would duplicate the layer. Then I would do an inverse, or invert, right? So that pops, now it's made it into a white thing. Use the screen effect only for the black areas. So basically, if I go here again, and I select only the black areas, which this should do, perfect. All right, there's all the black areas. So in here, I've selected the black areas, so I would do a select inverse, which should select everything not black. And on this particular layer only, the white layer, delete, then punch up the black layer again, right? And then start dragging the opacity down to make it look natural. Start fading into the background. See like that? Yeah, 25%, that's pretty good. And then bring this down, I don't know, maybe like a 40. Something like that. Yeah. That reminds me of an Ibis Paint hack, but they don't have a good variety. Well, that's what I'm saying, is there are textures built into Photoshop, but I just went to the web because there's such a bigger variety there. You could get really specific, but this is how simple it is, and that's all it is. So that's what I'll end up doing in the end. But I'll probably go on Adobe Stock, and I'll probably spend an hour looking through textures to get one right. And I don't know if I'm going to do a canvas texture for the T-shirt version. Oh, hold on a minute. That's my wife calling me. I'm going to go ahead and mute for a second. Be right back. So hold on a second. Let me hit the mute button here. Okay, sorry about that. All right. Well, I shouldn't say sorry about that because my wife is going to bring me home a smoothie, so I can't complain about that. Okay, so anyway, that's what I was getting at. Is any texture, whatever you're using, that's the way to do it. But I will probably end up using a stone texture or like a metallic surface, like a scratched metallic surface, because when I do the t-shirt design, I want it to look like metal or like something like stony as opposed to canvas. But that's, I guess, I probably could just like take a picture of a blank canvas and make a texture out of it. You could do that too, but that's all that is. So that's where it came from. I didn't apply that. That was literally just a picture of the painting. Okay, so now let's take a look. What I was doing there while I was on mute was I'm basically, as you can see, I'm using the triangle to create my fake rounded gray triangle. So that's what I was doing there. So you can see that now looks pretty much exactly like that. And what I'm going to do is create actually I'm going to make a smart object out of this. Smart object that will allow me to copy. And then, oh no, what am I doing? I'm a moron. What I need to do is make a smart object out of this, and then go to here and mask it. Oh, wrong mask. I gotta do a invert. Select inverse, punch that with a mask. Now I don't need the triangle anymore, and all I have is this where I can apply the layer mask. So go here. I was just trying to select it like that. Where is apply? Where's apply mask? Why? Oh, wait, do I have a selection? Wait a minute, what are you talking about? Okay, make a smart object out of it. There, easy. All right, so there, now I have my triangle. So now I can duplicate this triangle, rotate it. It would be, yes, 90 degrees. Move it down. Hopefully the snap will take effect. I don't think it did. I don't think that snap is quite right. Well, you know what I'm going to do? That snap's a little off. It's definitely off. I can tell it's off. So what I'm going to try to do is line it up to that, and then line this one up. No. This one. Let's see if I can line this. Oh, that's a good way to do it. Halfway through. Okay, I'm fine with that. halfway through. There it is. Now how does that line up with this? Not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Because that's roughly where the lines are going to be. Oh, the lines. That's how I can figure it out. I can use the lines. So basically, I'm going to move this. Oop. There we go. All right, let's move this down. And that's actually going to be 1, 2, 3, like this. And then this should probably just center. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. Oh, see, that's telling me that cube is not centered. It's off. Ugh. That's just going to drive me so insane now that thing is off. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. That's bad. That's bad. I mean, I can fix it because what I could do is having to try to fix all this like this. Okay, hold on. I have to think. See, this is the problem with me. Is now this is just gonna, now that I know it's off, it's just gonna drive me up a wall if I don't fix it. So now I have to fix it. And the only real way to fix it, the only real way to fix it is to delete this, replicate this group with all the layers split out, shunt that one down. Then I gotta take the group, turn all the back, well, I don't need the backgrounds. I will not need the background stuff. I do not need that. Turn that group off. I do need this, so hold on. I just make so much work for myself. It's just stupid, but that's all right. This is what it's like to do the stuff I do. Inverse. All right, now, let's take this whole group. Did I take out the group? And this, I don't know what's going on here either. Okay. Delete. I don't know why all these layers think there's something down here when there's nothing down here. Turn that on. Nothing. Okay, now. Unmute. Let's see. Yeah, see now it's... wait, why is it off now? Hold on. Why is it off center like that? What? What's the thing is over there? Hold on a minute. No, not that one. Not that one. That one. Why is this? There's a line over here. I must have missed some little tiny bit of something. Hold on. Yep, that's what it was. Okay. There we go. We have a clean thing. All right, we're going to move this down and we're going to center this. We're going to center this in terms of the actual canvas, and then I can always move it back. Now, here's the square, right? So, this is such lunacy. I gotta duplicate the group again, right? But this one I'm gonna flatten. And this one I'm gonna rotate so that it lines up with, this is what I gotta use for the silver lines. See how they line up now? But we're not even there yet. We're not at the silver lines yet because first I have to get this square fixed or these lines aren't gonna matter at all. This has to get fixed. So, this on the square one, we have to fix. Oh, hold on. Let me see. So, I think that's my wife sending me a smoothie selection. Ah, perfect. All right, let's take a look here. What am I going to get off the smoothie board? Well. Oh, wow. No sugars at all? Really? No artificial sugars or sweeteners? Well, that's great. That means I can get whatever I want. Sorry, I know this is very boring for you to listen to because you're not seeing the screen I'm looking at. Well, the question becomes... Oh, boy. The question becomes... Do I want the peanut butter cup Oh, or I want chocolate thinny mint. But see, here's the trick. Here's the thing. I don't think I'm going to tell my wife this because, what I may do is see what hers looks like. But the suspicion I have, the suspicion I've got here. Oh, apparently my microphone is very low on battery, so I better run a cable to it, or this is going to get very embarrassing very quick. Hold on a second. Hold on, let me grab a cable here. The problem that what I'm afraid of being how am I going to run this cable? Sorry, this is becoming a mess. Another reason. Well, you know what? Okay. I think I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream here because my microphone's about to die. I have to redo so much of this thing. And there's nobody here. Okay, everybody left. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and end the stream because I basically have to redo this whole thing. I'm going to have to re-architect this. I have to feed my dog. I got a couple things to do. So rather than make this another thing where I have to pause again, I'm going to have to re-architect these lines. But rather than do that and have my mic just conk out on me, which I think it's going to do any second according to the little screen on it, I think instead I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. So thanks for being here, and as I always say, if there's a supporter that you like, support that person. I'm not talking about me, but I'm talking about supporters who are trying to make a go at being creators, which is very, very difficult. So find one of these people, and if there's a way for you to support that person in whatever way you can, monetarily, resharing their work, sending them a note, whatever you can do, take the time to do it. It's absolutely worth doing, and it could go a long way to keeping that creator making the stuff that you enjoy looking at. So take the time to do it. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be money. Whatever you can do for a supporter who may be struggling for all you know, take the time and do it. It's good for them. It's good for you. On that note, I'm getting out of here before my mic dies. Thanks for being here, and until the next time, take care.